stay conservative and manage, manage, or do you just go and if you blow, they blow? I mean,
Man.
like, how do you balance that?
It's a great question. I don't know. Maybe you can tell me what other drivers say. I'm not exactly sure. I feel like it's going to be interesting, to say the least. Feel like we definitely can get our car better to help manage tires a little bit better. I can do a better job through the run as well, compared to practice as far as saving tire. But yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. I think this is what everyone's been asking for, is a lot of tire fall off and slipping and sliding around and things of that sort. So we'll see.
Is that so? I guess there's two ways to look at it. Be like, oh yes, let's have tire fall off. Let's have them. They force them to manage, and then the other side be like, well, to get through the race, you need another set to have options. So I don't like. Do you feel like that's a choice?
I mean, I think we have options, right? You don't have enough tires to two-pit every stage. But I definitely think that you'll see some guys save a set for the end, just like you did last year with the option tire. I think you'll see some guys come and get them early and try and stay on the lead lap and hold track position. Qualifying effort wasn't great. I didn't pick up from practice. Ran pretty much the same exact lap time. So went from P2 in practice to like third to last right now, which sucks. Strategy is going to be pretty big and pretty key for us tomorrow. So that's why Travis gets paid the big bucks, I guess. Not my call, and I just got to do a good job at managing and being there when it counts.
Did you get a chance to talk to? Did you talk to Ty Gibbs at all this week after the incident?
Nope.
Is there any hard feelings there? Or what was your view of, like? Did you have a chance to go back and watch like what happened there?
Yeah, I got wrecked. It's plain and simple. Got drove through.
John Hunter, when you look at Legacy Motor Co.'s performance last year versus this year, it's almost night and day. What do you think has been like the biggest factors, to the increase in performance?
Personnel, process, and procedural changes. A lot of hard work. Culture in the shop has changed. Jimmy's vision is definitely there. A lot of good things happening at Legacy Motor Club. So I'm excited to see where the future goes. I'm happy to be a part of the organization right now, building it from the ground up, brick by brick. Days like today and qualifying efforts like today, when our back's against the wall, we'll figure out how to try and get to the front tomorrow and see what we can do. I definitely feel pretty good with the progress that we've made. Short tracks have been probably the worst for us. We've made a lot of gains on our road course program and definitely have gotten better there. So now it's back to work on the short track program and just continuing trying to step through and continue to make progress.
Given that you need a win in the next two races, do you feel pretty good about Daytona, given that you were top 5 there in the Daytona 500?
Yeah, for sure. Daytona is a really solid place for me. I've run really well there in a Cup car, so not exactly sure why that is. I'm looking forward to going to Daytona next week and seeing what we can put together race-wise. Obviously, you got to avoid the big one and have to have a little bit of luck on your side. You can make all the right moves all day and still be in a bad spot at the end and get wrecked. But overall, we led a lot of laps there last fall. We were out front a lot. Felt really good in the Daytona 500 as well. So we've made progress on our super speedway packages. We just got to continue to get a little bit better and see where we end up.
What's your strategy at Daytona with the stakes this year? Are you a fan of that? Are you a fan of taking away one of the historic dates from a track like this and trying new things like Mexico and San Diego, or would you rather see the 2 dates at Richmond?
Yeah, I think, at least in my time, the only great example for me would be, Pocono. We took a day away from Pocono. I'm sure that you've probably gotten an example. A lot of people ask that question a lot. And, Pocono has been an exceptionally well-attended event, from the campgrounds to the grandstands and all that, and the energy and the race fans. And albeit those were 2 events that happened both in the summer, so kind of apples to oranges. But I think Richmond is like one of the classic short track. Like all the other short tracks we go to aren't very short track-ish. Like they're all their own very weird, unique thing. Like Martinsville is its weird, unique thing, and Bristol is its own thing. So Richmond kind of it's a blown up version of what short track racing is, I think. So I think it definitely has a place in the sport. But as far as what tracks qualify to have more than one event, I feel like that should be exceptionally exclusive.
You know, you're the first one actually to bring up that example, but are you kind of hoping for the increased attendance that Pocono did get?
Yeah, I think the audience for both events is very different, right? You're in the middle of nowhere in Pocono, whereas we're obviously in the middle of a metropolitan area here, or really close to it. So the camping aspect for Pocono and the Poconos is a lot different than maybe kind of your drive-up crowd for Richmond. So and I think what makes Pocono a very impressive event, as a member of the industry, is the campgrounds. So kind of apples to oranges, but yeah, I would absolutely love to see a great turnout tomorrow.
So after practice and just kind of the general tire fall off you saw, is 8 sets of tires going to be enough, or what are your thoughts going into tomorrow's race?
Yeah, great question. I mean, I think you're going to want tires anytime you want them. I think it's going to make strategy less of green flag strategy less of a question mark. I feel like we've seen here before where you have the one stoppers that can maybe do it, and the two stoppers that, and if the one stoppers can do it, they also trap people laps down. So there's a lot of variance there, but as far as like when to use the tires that you do actually have, if we get enough cautions early in the race, it can definitely put us in a difficult spot. But I think the wear you usually get in practice is the worse it gets, and we also race at night, so cooler temps. So I think today was probably the worst case scenario. So if we get that full 70 lap run in the first stage, I think we'll have a really good idea of where things sit.
Gotcha.
Austin, so I'm guessing that you're talking about the tires and the status, or just still more to understand, or I guess the question is, are there enough tires for tomorrow?
Yep, same exact question. No, I think today was worst case scenario, right? It's going to because of the heat, and just I feel like you normally see more wear in practice than you do in the race. So obviously, especially the Group 2 cars, you can get full long run, but I do feel like it probably simplifies strategy if you have this much fall off as far as 2 stopping versus 1 stopping on stage.
What is it like to have as significant fall off tire like this, even if it's not as much tomorrow night? This is kind of the direction they're trying to go, but haven't been able to do that as often. What's that like in the driver's seat?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's new, right? I mean, at least as far as like as a driver, like maybe it doesn't happen as often as we'd like to see it, but if it's gonna happen anywhere, it's gonna happen at Richmond, right? So I think you could bring a tire that keeps all its rubber and it will still fall off. So no, it's a tricky track to deal with that. It makes your decisions overnight challenging. It's gonna make my decisions and what my priorities need to be challenging. So yeah, I think it provides a lot more variance because of those challenges.
And that's something you talked about this week, is that you felt like you've gotten better at is kind of the thinking that process. So I guess that kind of falls into what you've been able to do more of, or a better job of this season, if I remember right.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. It'll be put to test tomorrow. Probably, here in Darlington are the 2 hardest places to really walk in as a driver and go, if you give me this, we'll be good. Just because you're dealing with so many challenges, it's sometimes difficult to separate what's the most important.
Austin, when you go back to the finish last year and we saw the controversy between your teammate Joe Logano and then Austin Dillon, do you feel like that has changed the complexion kind of how you guys go for wins, especially as we get closer to the playoffs and guys need wins, or do you feel like it's kind of stayed the same a little bit this year?
Yeah, I feel like we haven't seen that playoff pressure really affect many of our races yet this year. I mean, certainly could happen tomorrow night, but every situation is different. But even rewatching the race, from this past year, knowing what was about to happen, it's still a wild ending to a race, and I guess I'll leave it at that. But it's no matter your perspective or what camp you're in, it does make it a classic finish. I mean, I can't say we've ever seen anything like that.
Thank you.
How much of your focus?
My Place Hotels is proud to be the official hotel partner of Frontstretch. With plush beds, in-room kitchens, and pet-friendly hotels, My Place makes for the perfect pit stop when traveling. Frontstretch fans can use promo code FRONTSTRETCH to save 10% on your stay at any of our nationwide properties. Sign up for our Stay Rewarded program to get even more savings. With My Place Hotels, don't just stay rewarded.
Steven Stump of FrontStretch.com here. Come back for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.